Hey you guys, PJD here. I hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a short video. I'm just talking about, as some of you have asked me to, the Pat McGrath Trio. I was able to get my hands on it, of course, shortly after the Sephora VIB/Rouge. No, it was the, whatever their recent sale was called, like Friends or Just Appreciation, I think is what they called it. But anyhow, after that sale, obviously they were then automatically back in stock in stores. I'm like, give me a break. But anyway, it's okay. It's fine. It was only $25. You get 3. And I know people were saying how tiny these are, and yeah, they are small. I really wanted, however, I'm going to say something else about the size in just a sec. I really did want to get this just to get an idea of the formula, because yes, when they first launched in Sephora, Pat McGrath lipsticks, the full size, I swatched them because I wanted to see, you know, what's all the hype? Are these lipsticks really that amazing? And I swatched them, and let me just put this out there right now. I have not seen a color in person. I mean, some of the lip swatches, you know, that you see on Instagram or wherever, gorgeous, right? I'm talking the official ones that are coming through the Pat McGrath, like IG, gorgeous. But when you swatch these colors and everything in person, honestly, the shades themselves are not these new imagined shades that we've never seen before. You can dupe these colors. Let's just be clear. These colors can be duped. However, the formula is what sets this apart from other lipsticks, and you may or may not care about formula necessarily. You know, you may be fine with an okay formula, and as long as it dupes the color, you're good to go. Fine, that is completely fair. But I wanted to see what it would be like, so I, instead of just swatching it on my hand, but you know, I knew on my lips it would actually be some difference in terms of me actually feeling it and seeing how it dries. So I wanted the trio specifically for that purpose, because it was only 25 bucks. I said, oh, okay, great. Anyhow, I didn't get to use the Rouge discount on them, but that's fine. It was only 25 bucks. So I got these 3, knowing that 2 of the 3 shades, I looked at them online, and they look like, oh, for the first time in history, someone is selling like a trio or, you know, a packet of mini lipsticks, and all of the shades will work for me. But when I saw them in person, I said, oh, no. 2 of the 3 are not for me. However, I said it would be worth it just the same, because I thought Flesh, which is one of the shades you're going to see, I said Flesh maybe can work for me without a liner. Let's see. So that's the one I was really going for, and the other 2 I thought were automatic dismissals. I'm going to tell you later on in just a bit where I was wrong in that, but Flesh is still a winner, yes. But there's another one, I'll tell you right now, I guess there's another one that actually works for me. They both use liner. 2 of them could still use liner, but one needs a lot of liner and the other does not. So I'm going to show you the colors too. I'll just also mention that it comes in this little like plastic bag, but look how much sequins they have in here. So it's, maybe you can't tell from there, but it's a nice amount that they have in here of this gold sequin. So if you have, and it has the, you know, hole in the middle too. So if you have, because I think I have a top where one of the gold sequin may have fallen out, so replacement. So I'm good. I'll find some use for that, because I actually like gold when it's cute. Not that that's an expensive item. You could buy that in like a fabric shop, but still, I like the touch. So let me show you. I'm gonna, you can't see, the label is too small, but OMI is the first shade, Omi. And let me just show you this. One thing that I want to note, this is pretty much, let me show you Flesh, because I've used the other 2 shades that I thought like, oh, I wouldn't be able to use. Let me show you Flesh, because that one I have not used at all in the mini version, because I ended up buying the full-size version of Flesh from the that appreciation sale, so I never touched the mini version. So I want to show you one that is untouched, so you see how much product you're getting. This is it. Yes, it is tiny. But let me show you another Sephora mini. 2 things I want to say about the size. This is a Sephora 100 point perk. This was a Givenchy color, and this, I'm going to say this is pretty much identical to how I received it, because I have worn this shade like once, but I didn't like it on me. So I don't know why I didn't throw it away. But anyway, this shade of red, I just want you to see the size of the sticks. Now the packaging size is slightly different, but for the most part, let me just hold it piece to piece so you see. So the Givenchy one looks a little taller, but, and this may not translate on screen, but the Pat McGrath one looks a little fatter. in the end, because I know some people are saying, oh, this is the size of like 100 point per, maybe close, but even still, even though this one is shorter yet slightly fatter, the thing is, if you think of the size of these three all together, it comes close to the amount of ounces that you would get from the Pat McGrath full size. That's one thing. The other thing is, and I know that may not even matter to you, only because you're not combining all three. It's not like it's three of the same shade and you're going to get a full size one. But to me, this was just like a little sampler just to try it out and see how it feels. And I did, as I mentioned, I got the full size of Flesh. So when I swatch Flesh for you, I'm going to do it from the full size one, just because that one I touched already and opened. And the small mini Flesh, after I finish the big Flesh, then I'll use that tiny one. Okay, 1995 is the one that is, okay, this is the shade. As you can see, yeah, it's light. Let me swatch it on my hand so you can see that, and then of course I'll do the lip swatch. Yeah, it's like, I'm not even gonna say nude, because it comes off more almost bubblegummy based, whitish, not white, but you know. So let me just, you know, I never have a mirror, right? Next thing, before I even put this on, sorry, I have to tell you, it's pigmented. It's pigmented and really nice, because sometimes when you have these kind of light shades, you have to like make sure it's not looking patchy, or you know, not applying in an opaque way on your lips. But this is good. So it's a very nice formula in the store, very good formula. So, and it's matte. Look at that. Now quite honestly, if I wanted to, I could just do this. Look. And it coated my top as well, but I'm just going to clean that up a little bit. First, I'm going to show it to you just as is on my lips. So yeah, this one is 1995, and it's a no. I mean, I'm going nowhere in this. And let me just tell you the formula, and I have a lip liner that I'm going to put on just so you can see how this applies. And yes, it fell. I was trying to pick it up with my feet. Anyhow, the show must go on. So I do wear this with lip liner, but I just wanted you to see what it looks like first. The formula feels super light on the lips. When it dries down, if you even want to call it that, it still feels almost as if you're wearing nothing. If you rub your lips together, it feels not, there are no granules in it. It doesn't feel grainy. It just feels like you would know you have something on your lips when you rub them together. But just me sitting here, no. Very nice formula. As I mentioned, even when it dries down, it still is not, to me, it is not tight on the lips. It feels fine. The other thing I'll say is, this is a matte lipstick, but she doesn't market it as like this, oh, it's going to be on your lips all day. But I'm going to tell you, the first time I put on Flesh, the first time that I wore Flesh out like for the full day, I had it on my lips, and I'm going to tell you, I ate lunch and I had stuff that was fairly greasy. I was eating curry chicken that day, and I meant to take a picture just to show you, because it wasn't all perfect as when I put it on in the morning, but it was still pretty nice. Of course there was wear on the inside, but I just rubbed my lips together and I was able to have enough color that I carry that through the rest of the day, honestly. So it was really good. Now, I've used it in other instances, and depending on what I was eating, I didn't have that same exact wear. Maybe that morning I put on like extra or went around or something, I don't know. But even if you take a tissue and kind of pat some of it off of take some of it off of your lips, you may still notice that it's very present. Right, so the color just doesn't vanish like that, and that again feeds into the formula. So I'm just going to use this NYX lip liner. It's a matte one, and it's in the color Club Hopper. It's like a almost down to the end, but here it looks like a brown, but when you look at the little thing, it looks like a deep rosy kind of color. Anyway, as you can see, 1995 is a no-go on me. Oh, 1995. And let me just swatch for you the liner just so you see what kind of shade I'm mixing with it. Kind of like a wine-ish shade, even though the lid piece up here kind of looks brown, but it's like a wine. So let me put this on. I mean, I know, hot mess. This shade is not her. I hate when companies have these trios. Like, there are definitely trios that they could put out that have full-blown colors that like honestly the majority of the people could wear and would be happy with, of different skin tones, but they insist on putting these lighty or, you know, kind of off the wall colors in these trios. So it's never like you can use absolutely every color. 1995 is clearly the one that I don't really wear, because this is the one that needs a lot of liner to look. I may have to go with espresso lip liner. This looks horrible. Yeah. I mean, I'm stepping away from the light a little. It looks a little better there, but not really, because I'm gonna come close and show you. I don't like it. I don't like this one. So let me just take this off. Sorry. And I'll swatch the other colors for you. This one is not it, clearly. And now, because I know there are people who do it in the reverse, well, let me show you OMI or OMI next. Is this shade. And this one I thought too would be, oh, definitely a no-go. It's not gonna look good. But this one I actually feel comfortable rocking. So here's 1995 and this is OMI. So you can see it's a darker shade. So maybe that's probably why, I'm sure, that it looks slightly better. Let me make sure I've gotten off all of the other one. And see, color is still coming off. It's a good formula. It really is nice. It just glides on really beautifully. Okay. So this too, OMI, looks a mess, all right, if I'm just wearing it alone. But this one with the liner is definitely doable. And the last one, Flesh, you're gonna see I don't wear a liner with that one at all. And my pencil is wearing down, so I'm not getting that much. Yeah, it's good to come on camera prepared and all that. Okay. That looks equally horrible, but I promise you I have been able to get this one to a color that looks normal. Hold on, let me work this off camera. Yeah, I just took it off camera and I didn't apply any more lip liner, and it does look decent. I think I'm just getting an extra lot of sunlight. Anyway, I hope that it's okay. I don't look like you know, like I've kissed a powdered donut. I really don't. So yeah, me coming back here kind of out of the light, see how it almost kind of sort of blends. So yeah, this one, OMI, is one that you can kind of work. By the way, it also came just fitted in this little tray. So I'll just put that back. And the last one is Flesh, but I'm going to show you Flesh from the full-size version. And I don't wear a lip liner with Flesh. And this is the box that it comes in. It has a little string tie, which you can tie around to secure on these little pieces here. Has an image of a lady with like some sequin or something around her eye. Here we go, and it pops up a full-size version. I love the packaging, the weight of this. It just feels like it's a nice solid product, no cheap packaging here, so I like that. And taking off this one, let me show you some great lip removal wipes. I'm typically not sensitive to removing lipsticks and stuff. You know, you may watch swatch videos online and people are like, oh, my lips, they hurt. So I'm pretty much okay even if I wipe kind of hard depending on the formula. But two things. I know I've shown you in the past those like little lip oils. They used to have the oil and gel from Sephora. They were selling at $5. I don't even know if they still sell it. Maybe that's why it went down to like the $5 or cheaper. I think I got some of them for cheaper. That's fine. Elf has a version of that oil and gel. It's kind of like in the lipstick tube. You put it on. Works really well also. But from the Beauty Bakery, and these are like filled with oil, each of these pads, right? Beauty Bakery. And I'm just going to take one off right now just to show you. I mean, they are like, you can't tell here, but look how oily my finger just got just from touching it. These are soaked with oil. See, it's taking that off so easily. You don't have to press, just lightly glide. And this stuff is, whew, it's really, really good. So much so that I almost feel like, oh, I wish like I probably should like cut them in half, like be extra cheapy, right? Cut them in half and just really extend my use of these, because one pad is just way too much for my lips. I never have that much product on where it like doesn't get it off so quickly. And I'm just flipping to the other side just because it doesn't even need it. Really good stuff, look. And it's so light. Yep, so the Beauty Bakery, such a winner with that one. I like it. I did get that Beauty Bakery cake foundation as well. If you guys have it, let me know what you think of it. All right, so the last one is Flesh, and here we go. Flesh requires no liner. I'm gonna swatch it here for you. This is Flesh. This is full size too. Flesh right there. Gonna swatch Flesh. And Flesh is the darkest of the shades in the trio right there, so hence me not needing a liner. It's kind of like, now if anything, I know I said all these shades are dupable, right? And certainly you could get something very close to this, but I love that this shade is like kind of like in the burnt orange family, but with a bit more brown in it and less of the orange. It just looks, this is the most, if anything, unique. And this is Flesh number 3, because I think she has a Flesh 5 and some other Flesh number, but this is Flesh 3. Most unique shades. The other shades are dupable. This is dupable too, but the other shades are even more dupable than this one, because there is a little, you know, there are nuances in how this particular color was kind of put together. You may not find the exact match for it, but you can come pretty close. But the other ones you can dupe for days on end, and again, it's just the formula. You can dupe those quite easily. The other thing I wanted to say, someone had asked me about the reds. I forget the name. I think it's like Ellison, and there was this other red that she has in her Matte Trance line, and the person wanted to know if either of those are similar to some of the reds that are like my favorite reds. No. I can insert a picture because I took a picture in store. The one at the bottom is Ellison, and I remember the one that was on top was the other red that I thought, oh, if there's any red that I buy from Pat McGrath, it'll be this one. But no, when I swatched them, I'm like, neither of them can compare to Boss Lady from the Lip Bar or Cherry Blossom from Colored Rain. So those two reds in that red family of blue base reds reign supreme to me, and those two don't even match it from the Pat McGrath collection in my opinion. So here is Flesh 3. Look at that. See that color? Oh, I didn't even mean to press them together, but let me put a little, just like lining my lip with the color. Look at that. So this is Flesh 3, and yes, I can wear this just like this. I can also, sorry to be showing you this napkin I've used several times, but I'm just going to show it to you first like this. This is it on my hand. Feels super light. Literally feels like I'm not wearing anything. I can dab my lips and I'm going to press hard. You can see the full lip print here, but look how the color is still here. I could just like press to kind of reapply and reposition that pigment. It's real. I'm gonna press again on the other side. Probably can't see it so well, but lip print here and still on the lip. Let me try. I have a water bottle. Yes, you may be able to see it's here, right? Some residue on the bottle, but still on my lips. Everything is still perfectly positioned. So again, the difference for me with the Pat McGrath thing is it's all about the formula. So if you're willing to pay for the formula that feels really light on the lips, pigmented, you saw I was able to eat and drink. And again, this is not something like, oh, let it have some settings out time. I'm doing this all in real time. So you saw me just apply it, then blot it twice, drink from the water bottle, and still it's on my lips, right? So she's not even promoting it as like, this is the lipstick that's gonna stay on your lips forever, but still it's a really good formula, and it has really good staying power in my opinion, and it feels good. So if you want to pay the $38 for the formula, fine. If you don't care about the formula and you're fine with an okay formula, then these colors, clearly you've seen these colors from other lines, This one maybe, because see how it's like orange but brown, but a little something else in there too. So it's not, I can't say that in my collection I have something even in the burnt orange family that's this exact color. So this is a unique shade from my collection, but again, I know there are things from other lines that can come close, but not as close as you could get to her other shades. But yeah, this is actually, she has one called Orchid that I saw the swatch of online. Looks beautiful, but then I saw, I mean, her swatch, like from the official Pat McGrath IG, but then I saw like a person on YouTube doing a lip swatch of Orchid. It has something that precedes the word orchid, but I forget what it is, but Orchid, and the person put it on. I was like, oh, that looks, I have colors like that. So now I'm not as interested in Orchid as I was initially when I first saw the Pat McGrath swatch on IG, but nice formula. I like it. Let's see if I could do any. Oh yeah. See how they do move, but also, because again, she's not saying that they won't move, but I just like the power of these. Look, I'm blotting and I'm doing it with pressure, heavy, and see, still they're there. Let me try and wipe. Yeah, okay, that didn't stay as well, but honestly, who's wiping that hard on their lips, then you're obviously gonna expect the lipstick to come off. But nice stuff, nice, I like it. So that's my long and short of the Pat McGrath, the few that I have, the little trio and the one full size in Flesh number 3. So thank you so much for watching, and I am going to film the Sephora VIB haul. It was a small one, so it should be very short too, even though I said this video was going to be short, and I have a feeling it wasn't. But we will talk soon. Bye.